Welcome to 7-Eleven Rewards. We're at 269. Let's put in the phone number and bring it down to 259. All right, let's see. Yeah, 259. All right, it's a Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. Welcome to the Please Subscribe Show. I'm Cole Spivey. This is the Cole Spivey YouTube channel. There's Critter, and I introduce him. He's mere critters from that species. He likes to live, laugh, and smell good. If you're going to do anything, you want to live, laugh, and smell good. There he is. Yeah, I got to work a little bit on chapter 84 today. Believe it or not, I got in the dialogue with the Annual and the Warlock. But the whole chapter is called Haunt. And I don't know, I have to get to the rest of their conversation and get him back to his, I guess he lives in like an apartment, 613. That's what he names himself, the Warlock. Anyway, you'll just have to, it'll come out on my Facebook here or there sometime. All right. Other than that, this is a part of the show where you get to watch me pick up food at restaurants and drop it off at your doorstep. It's about 91 degrees inside my car, probably about 89 degrees outside. I didn't look at weather bug. And I'm going to reset accumulated info. All right, here we go. There is the butterfly. Right, funnel cakes and quesadillas, Rogers Roundhouse, 5:29 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.8 miles for the pickup. Birds bathing. Rogers Roundhouse is kind of tucked away over here. I forgot all about it. It's like, what is Rogers Roundhouse? It's on Rogers Road. Which I'm on Rogers Road right now. And these are the two apartments over here. And I believe it's right there. I just passed it. All right, Rogers Roundhouse on its way, 6:05 arrival, 29 minutes, 7.9 miles for the delivery. Delta Park. Got one at my casino. 6:33 arrival, 2 minutes, 0.7 miles for the pickup. All right, this Mi Cucina is on its way. 6:44 arrival, 8 minutes, 3.4 miles for the delivery. Disciplinus est facultas, which is Latin for power is knowledge. That's the motto for TCU. It began in 1873 by Addison and Randolph Clark, known as the Adran Men and Women College. It's Disciples of Christ. It's affiliated. They had, in 1870s, they had 5 square blocks in downtown Fort Worth. They're all surrounded by brothels and saloons and bars and restaurants. And eventually it moved down on University. I used to live like right there. Yeah, it's a research facility and it's Protestant, but it's non-denominational. So it's, you know, private research college, university. Started a little bit after the Civil War. Has ties with the Civil War too. It's where my high school sweetheart lived. She upgraded her house. It's 2 stories now. When I lived there, it was just 1 story. That's why I always think it's this one, but it's not. It looked kind of like that one there. But it's actually the other one. They just upgraded it. Last year, TCU had about 11,000 plus undergraduates and 1,889 postgraduates in 2024. It's part of it right there. All right, stop and go gyros. 6:54 arrival, 3 minutes, 1.1 mile for the... There it is. Stop and go gyros on its way. 7:11 arrival, 11 minutes, 4.3 miles, 4.6 miles for the delivery. That's Burnett Plaza building, or the Burnett building. It's the tallest building in Fort Worth. All right, Chick-fil-A, 7:28 arrival, 5 minutes, 1.1 mile for the pickup. All right, this Chick-fil-A is on its way. 7:46 arrival, 10 minutes, 2.8 miles for the... I see. All right, headed to the grocery warehouse. 7:58 arrival, 3 minutes, 1 mile for the pickup. All right, this grocery warehouse is on its way. 8:08 arrival, 6 minutes, 2.2 miles for the delivery. All right, got a pretty good one at Liquor Lords. 8:21 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.9 miles for the pickup. All right, Lost Taco H's. 8:32, 7 minutes, 2.8 miles for the pickup. All right, first one is Liquor Lords. 8:39 arrival, 1 minute, 0.4 miles for the delivery. Lost Taco H's on its way. 8:54 arrival, 10 minutes, 4.5 miles for the delivery. And there's my old high school. Where I was part of the drama department and the creative writing department. I think Bob Reed's was, yeah, his classroom was like right there. And then Templin's theater department was on the other, like literally on the other side of the school, diagonally, kind of tucked in the corner, way back there, right. I got one at Panda. 9:06 arrival, 3 minutes, 1.4 miles for the pick. All right, this Panda's on its way. 9:22 arrival, 6 minutes, 1.8 miles. I believe it's going to Marion Hall. All right, next Panda on its way. 9:32 arrival, 6 minutes, 1.7 miles for the delivery. All right, got one at 7-Eleven. Arrival time 9:38, about 20 feet. All right, the 7-Eleven's on its way, 9:44 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.9 mile for the delivery. All right, got one at Fat Shack on our way, 10:14 arrival, 5 minutes, 1.9 mile for the pickup. Right, this Fat Shack is on its way. 10:26 arrival, 6 minutes, 2.7 miles for the delivery. Alrighty, got one at Buffalo Brothers. 10:39 arrival, 3 minutes, 1 mile for the pickup. Gotta make sure to get ranch on that one. She was nice, she put the ranch in there though. All right, Buffalo Brothers on its way. 10:55 arrival, 6 minutes, 2.5 miles for the delivery. All right, got one at Old South, 11:28 arrival, 1 minute, 0.3 miles for the... They're open 24 hours. They were established in 1962. The Vietnam War was going on. 14 bites after midnight. All right, this Old South is on its way. 11:45 arrival, 7 minutes, 3.3 miles for the delivery. All right, got a pretty good one at Buffalo Brothers. 11:54 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.8 mile for the pickup. All right, Buffalo Brothers on its way. 12:06 arrival, 7 minutes, 4.2 miles for the delivery. All right, last one for tonight. 12:19 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.8 miles for the Buffalo Brothers delivery. It looks like this one's just titled West. They've got Halloween decorations. There's some spiders hanging from. I thought they were real spiders for a minute. But they're actually just Halloween decorations. They've got a bunch of these little type of apartments here off Camp Bowie. See if there's a back entrance or... That's the pumpkin patch at Arlington Heights United Methodist Church. Got the pumpkins on. I believe this is Burton Hill. Hang on, let me think. Yeah, this is Burton Hill. you gotta remember, the first thing you need to learn as being a good kitty is you want to share your food with the outdoor kitties. Got a new bowl for the outdoor kitty. I know you're hungry, kitty, but you're gonna have to use patience. There we go. That's a good kitty. They get some pate. And a little more pate. Right there. And the outdoor kitties are having temptations. Pate and pate. A little sprinkle of this. And you like this stuff. Then we'll get to the other cat in a minute. Well, I mean, to you, Evan. Okay, we make sure we feed the outdoor kitties first. Here we go. Here we go, kitty. Here we go. Here we go. We go with today's kitty. There's one kitty and 9 lives, and each life has a number. Numbers 1 through 9. Swirl the cat food and pick a cat food. Today's kitty will be having fancy feast, turkey feast and gravy grilled. Here we go, kitty. And do 1 scoop and 2 for kitty. There we go, kitty. That's good. And for me, I'm gonna cut up some of this squash, carrots. There's my chicken protein with beef ramen noodle. Don't forget the spinach. All right, so first is first. This goes in. So go ahead and add the protein. Chicken. Then we'll get some of the beef, ramen, and the spinach. Put the spinach in last. So this is total 70. So the chicken definitely 470. And with the sauces and stuff like that. Here is the ramen. Set it. 3 minutes. I'm gonna add spinach here. Three. All right. Go ahead and add about this much spinach. Small bowl. A little trick, you can just pour the beef mix right on the ramen. Just kind of mix that in there. You pour the spinach in there too early. Or you can put it on the spinach too, just stick it in there. Alright. Set for 1 minute. Set this down to 1 minute. As long as you do it that way, it cooks the ramen perfect almost every time. It's not too bad too. Gotta add the veggies though. Let me show you a little trick. This is a relish right here. This actually makes it sweet. It's sweet relish. Just mix the relish in there just like that. Do you have something to say, kitty? I'll be adding this ranch and a couple of these honey roasted barbecue sauces from Chick-fil-A. They're yummy. All right, so I always add this garlic and herb, and it's actually pretty good. Just Put it right on top of here, and there's some of the chicken. And I'll see you at the table. Remember, there's no iced tea in hell. All right, there it is. Welcome to the table. Get a haircut here pretty soon. All right, let's see what we got. It looks like we've got some chicken, spinach, squash, carrots, and let's see, the ramen. That chicken looks good. Let's add some of this ranch to it, shall we? This is QT ranch. It's called gourmet ranch. Make it kind of French tasting. They like to sauce it all up. Get some on that chicken right there. And we're gonna get some pepper too. Pepper right here. And more pepper right here. And a little bit of pepper. Make sure that's pepper. Yeah, pepper. Okay. Let's see what we got on TV. There I am. Rainn Wilson stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's one battle after another interview. Commander and Beef. Inside the wettest city on the planet. Jared Leto cut his first Tron. Huh, I remember that. Woody Allen revisits Brooklyn, 2011. There's German in Venice. See what kind of music. Trying to see. Oh, there's Post Malone talks Morgan Wallen on the Hollywood Fix. Well, I might check that out. All right. Let's try out this yummy dish. Pretty good. Let's put them in here. Oh my goodness, that's hot. I'll let this cool down. Here's some carrots. Oh, I forgot something right here. This Chick-fil-A sauce. That's really good with the noodles. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna watch some TV. Oh, it's Post Malone.